Hi everyone, it's time for the weekly video, and first of all, I know there's so much more going on in the world right now. There has been for a couple of years, but this is that extra step into madness that is worrying people, and just hope everyone who can be safe should be safe. Take care, and again, I'll reiterate the message. Just if you can, be kind to one another. We sometimes talk politics on the show, but not often. What we tend to mention more on the podcast is, a predilection for improved basic human rights and equality, and people being safe from war, disease, and any of the other ills that can be helped or hindered by mankind. Those things aren't political. So if you start viewing this video and want to complain about me getting political, it's not actually politics, just wanting people to stay safe and alive. So just bear that in mind if you're going about to pick arguments on the internet. That being said, I've also said another few avenues that people are wanting to look for distractions, wanting to do things maybe in different ways, take their mind off things. Other people don't have the time or luxury to take their mind off things. So we are always doing a little corner of the internet, and that's the way we're doing things. But I appreciate if you don't have time for this or don't care for this right now. I also appreciate that if you do, you might enjoy this always popping up now and again, be it the podcast, the silly Instagram photos, or the videos. So that's the serious stuff out of the way. It is a bit of a shopping week for me, so that's good. I didn't have any other theme, although again, at Charlie Talks Cinema on Instagram had a nice photo up and tagged us. Thank you, Charlie. It was on best sequels, and I just don't have the creativity and the great eye to pick a selection of best sequels. But it did remind me that more people should recognise Psycho 2 for the top tier sequel it is. Arguably the best horror movie sequel. It's just fantastic. I think it was Arrow that released it here. The Blu-ray is really good. It's a great film, and it's like a perfect way to follow up a classic movie and work with what was established in that movie and provide some really great twists and turns. I'm a big fan of Psycho. I'm a big fan of Hitchcock in general. I just spent this afternoon watching the 3D disc of Dial M for Murder that I picked for the podcast for next week. So that was a blast. Slight spoiler, I guess. So yeah, big fan, but Psycho 2 is amazing and should be up there in conversation all the time about the best sequels. So let's get to the shopping, shall we? I caved in and bought this because, it's nightmare fuel, really, isn't it? Yeah, it really is. But it's great nightmare fuel. And then I'll just stand it aside with the movies, the TV movie, and the 2 theatrical features. I'm happy that shows it's the Tim Curry Pennywise that works best for me. I really like Skarsgård and his portrayal in the movies, but Curry was the Pennywise for me and always will be. Although it's a toss of the coin, really. So that was a fantastic little purchase from someone on Facebook who was selling it on. Very nice. I really don't want to get into collecting like Nika figures and other stuff that's cool and awesome, but I also have 2 more different figures on the way. I'm sure you'll see that in the next video. Now, movie-wise, it was an interesting mixed bag. One of the big Arrow releases for this month was this Volume 1, I guess, Claude Chabrol release, Lies and Deceit. Well, I say Volume 1. It's not marked as such, but they do have another Chabrol box set that I've pre-ordered, due out in 2 or 3 months, I think. Chabrol is an excellent filmmaker, and if I could remember the names of his films that I've already seen, I would mention them here and now. But obviously I don't, so I won't. It's nothing from this box set, but I've seen 2 or 3 Chabrol movies, probably while watching films on Movie UK. I've rated them quite highly. He's an excellent filmmaker, so if you get the chance, and if you can find this at a bargain, I would recommend most of his filmography from what I've seen. So this is a good selection, and let me just run through the titles there. Copo Van, Inspector Lavardin, which is the character from Copo Van, I believe. Madame Bovary, which is an adaptation of the Flaubert novel, Gustave Flaubert, I think. Betty and Torment. There's a nice little book in here. It's a usual stellar package. Fantastic stuff. I recommend it if you're a cinephile and looking to get a little hefty selection from the filmography of someone who does really great work. Now, Nosferatu is something I don't need to tell anyone about. It is on offer in a couple of places at the moment for $10.99, marking the centenary, I believe is the word, for a 100-year anniversary. It was released in 1922. Nosferatu is wonderful. This comes with a nice little booklet in there that I'm sure I'll try and get time to read through at some point. And I have fond memories of this, having seen it with live keyboard organ accompaniment at the Film House in Edinburgh. So fantastic. It's a classic, and I highly recommend that as well, especially while it's only $10.99 for the anniversary price. Very different kettle of fish. Skinny Tiger, Fatty Dragon. And now Sammo Hung is the person that I know in this. I'm not sure I'm familiar with Karl Maka. So this is another film that will go with the Shaw Brothers collection, the Cinematic Vengeance, the Lucky Star stuff. I've picked up quite a few interesting martial arts movies over the past year or so, and I have yet to make time for many of them. I really just want to sit down, have a day of complete mayhem here in the cinema room, and really enjoy these, because a lot of them are very enjoyable, and that's why they're getting some nice releases. So I look forward to that at some point. I haven't seen it before. Again, it's a nice package with the extras here. So I believe there's a booklet in this one as well. I went for the this inside cover because I wasn't completely won over by the artwork. But yeah, there's some good little tidbits in here and some notes. So again, if you're a fan of the martial arts movies, they're just you're getting some great ones at the moment. I know I've pre-ordered another couple. I think at least one of them has Yun Bio, who's I'm a big fan of his work, and Sammo is always worth watching. Then the indicator movies for this month arrived, and I think I picked up the correct ones. I put them back on my shelves, so I wasn't sure. I've seen none of these. First up is Bartleby. No idea what it's about. Have been subsequently told, it's based obviously on the novel by Herman Melville, but there are people who've either seen the movie or read the novel who are quoting it to me, and that makes me want to prioritize that viewing, because otherwise I'm missing out on some of the conversation. Voices, again, these are all new to me. So David Hemmings, Gail Honeycutt. This certainly sounds interesting, and just the tagline, the voices of terror twisting two minds. So that will be another one to get to. All of my indicator titles seem to take me an embarrassingly long time to get to, and I'm going to work on that. I'm definitely going to work on that. I'm seeing myself in this camera. I think I just look like all tummy. Yeah. Anyway, an unsuitable job for a woman. A very English tale of class, sex, and revenge, is what it says there. Billy Whitelaw, Paul Freeman, and Pippa Gard. So that's certainly got a good cast there, based on a P.D. James work. And last but not least, because obviously the presence of Donald Pleasence and Peter Cushing drew me to this one, The Devil's Men. That is, it's probably one that I would pick to watch ahead of the others, because Donald Pleasence and Peter Cushing are in there, and I'm hoping it'll be interesting. Indicator continue to put out really interesting and eclectic product. It's, I think, the month before last, the pre-orders were for the Adventure series? The Adventure series, which are the UK sex comedies from the 70s. And I pre-ordered that. I've spoken before about I have the Mary Millington box set. I have the Russ Meyer movies. I have the Carry On box set. There's, whatever you think of the films, they have this place locked in from when they had their success, and when they sort of helped to bring up some actors, and when they helped to prop up part of different film industries, particularly the British film industry in that time. And it's a really sort of interesting pathway with everything else that's going on in cinema. But so many people will sneer at them, think, oh, those awful sex comedies, and you do have the representation issues and the attitudes of the era, but they're still certainly, I think, an interesting choice for Indicator to give their care and attention to. I'm looking forward to the complete package. I can't do a Sid James laugh, otherwise that would be it. That's it anyway. There may be some more movies next week. I'm not sure of the timing of those, but there will certainly be another couple of figures to show, much to my shame. And again, just take care, and we hope to speak to you soon. Listening to the podcast, do all the stuff that we would like you to do, and stay connected with the people that you want to make sure you're always staying connected with. Take care. Bye.